Welcome back to the new video, and in this video we will cover the chapter 9 of the book John Searle. And this chapter is based on the Greeks, the alpha, the delta, gamma, vega, theta of Black-Scholes formula, and how it is used in hedging of the process. So let's start without any delay. Okay, so the Greeks, it's helped to manage this. So the Greeks use in hedging. The hedging is the process where you buy the opposite offsetting side of trade. If we are wrong on stock or on option, then we can buy a underlying to hedge our position to neutralize or minimize the downside risk. Okay, so like buying call and buying put, so our risk will be same. So for this, let's take an example. A a financial institution sold a contract, a call option worth $300,000, right? And af- and with stock price 49, strike price 50, interest rate is of 5%, and time of maturity is on dividend day, and the time of maturity is 20 weeks. That is 0.3486 years, and expected return is 12. Okay, but if we put this value in our BS formula, the theoretical price for our option came is comes is to $240,000. So it means that we sold $60,000 of our portfolio of derivative modes. So we have to hedge our 60,000, right? We need to hedge this. And instead of call option, there can be anything, swaps, put, or exotic derivative. We have to hedge the exposure amount. Our exposure amount is 60,000, right? So let's take one way to hedge our position. One of the way, that is using naked covered position. So the naked cover position means to buy underlying asset. So let's say if our strike price was, let me see, our strike price was 50, right? If the price is below, if our price is below 50, then our total profit would be $300,000 because we sold the derivative of it. And let's say if the ST is bigger than our strike price, then our total loss would be portfolio would be this multiplied by ST minus K, right? So we can't afford to lose this much of value because our price has gone up. For example, let's say if 60, if ST equal to 60, then our total loss is of 100 million, 10 million, right? 10,000, 10 million, 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 3, 3, 6. Okay. and it is way more than $300,000 loss, right? Kai pen. Yeah. Okay. So one of the strategy is to buy it. To one of the strategy is to buy the stock. Buying 100 buy कितना 3 1 lakh. Buy the 1 lakh shares instantly when you sell call. To buy 1 lakh of share instantly when you sell the call. So let's say if price go down, then the loss in our share would be way more. We earn way more than we earn from selling the call. So if the price drop to 40, then our loss is $900,000. That is way more than we earn. So this strategy can't work. Another strategy is stop loss. So for this, I will show you a chart. So stop loss strategy is very simple. You can see the process or the stock price here, and K is our strike price. So it says that whenever the stock price is reached K or going up to K, we buy it, and if it is going down below the K, we sell it. So there is a constant buying and selling with respect to where is the stock price at that time, right? If it is above the K, then buy it. It is below the K, then sell it. So in this way, we can neutralize our risk of going down, of stock going down, right? The loss of value of stock can be eliminated by selling the stock at this point, and then also buying the stock from this point. But so you will think that this strategy is very good and we should use in every process, but there is some severe drawback with this strategy. Let me point out. But the first is discounting. A hedger have to discount every cash flows according to that time, right? If he earn money here, then he have to discount it. If he sell it, then he have to discount it, and that is a trouble. And second most important is you can't buy and sell at same strike price. There is a small error term, a small, very small term. You have to buy about that strike price, and then if you are selling, you have to sell below that strike price. So you can't buy at that strike price. And if we uh, mathematically we say that this and there is a cost involved in hedging, like involved in buying and selling. And if we mathematically say that the epsilon is going tends to be going towards the zero, then our hedging or buying selling also goes to infinity, because there is no cost involved and we can buy and sell at infinity, and that is not possible, right? And another problem is that sometime deep out of money never reached strike price. So the cost of hedging is zero, and it means there is no hedging. And for time, sometime, like, this is strike price. The stock in revolve around strike price way more. There is more volatility or more fluctuation. Then that tends lead to more buying and more selling, and that increase the transaction cost, and that decrease the hedge. If hedging cost is increased, the hedge total hedge amount will also increase. So our hedge, the criteria, the total hedging power, let's say, power is also decreased. So you have to burn more money to hedge, and that is not profit decrease. That is, to in simple way, profit decrease. Okay. So that's why stop loss is not used. Let me give you one flow chart. You can see that this is a Monte Carlo simulation of performance measure ratio of standard deviation of cost of lightning option and hedging it theoretical price. You can say that the performance of hedging, the cost is very low if there is very less delta time. As the time increase, the hedging performance or hedging cost also increased, and that is not a good thing, right? Because in more time, the parts would tend to be near k strike more, near k would be more, and that's lead to a problem. To solve this problem, we introduced the concept of creeks. You can think like a parameter that gives us the rate of change of price with respect to some parameter of Black schools like interest rate, volatility, or underlying asset, right? And anything calculating Greek, and it's using hedging, and the most of time it is BS, Black schools Greek. Okay. Okay. So for now, we will see the Greeks of European options, because we have a closed form solution for a European option, that is BS formula. For American, we have to use a numerical practice like finite differential method or many simulation method to find the Greeks. So for now, let's say we are on European option. We are on European option and non-dividend paying option. Okay. So first Greeks is delta, that is denoted by triangle, and delta hedging. We had seen delta hedging. Delta is the change of option price with respect to underlying derivative, underlying asset. So change in derivative with respect to asset, that is partial derivative of core with respect to partial derivative of spot, and that gives us delta. Okay. So let's say if delta value is 0.6, that's so says that the change in uh, the retail change in stock price leads to 60% change in cost of option, right? That's how simple it is. It's rate of change, and it can be found with slopes. It's simple slope. Let's say this is the price function and delta is slope. A and then B. Okay, and its hedging is done like so. Let's say stock price is at 100 and option price is at 10, and an investor hedged want to hedge his position of of selling call option to buy underlying stock, right? To buy the stock, so he buy 2000 of stock. Okay, he want to neutralize his risk of price going down, so he will 0. 0.6 is our delta value and our stock price is 2000. Okay, so he said that he should keep only 12 1200 of stock and could sell 800 of stock to maintain the delta hedge portfolio. Okay, so if the price goes up, the gain from 1200 will offset the loss in core option, right? Loss in core option of 0.60 into 1. Okay, upon, and if price go down by 1%, the loss in shares will offset payoff from call, and that's how it works. So in simple, 0.6 into minus 2000, that gives us minus 12. So we have to keep 12,000 of stocks, and that is 1200 delta S. 1200 S, delta value is S. Okay, and this position is called zero neutral. Delta of 0 refer as a delta neutral, where delta value is 0. And yes, and sometime, let's say we are saying price is at today is at 100. What if the price goes up to 110? So our delta value will also increase. So we need to keep more stock in our portfolio in order to keep delta neutral position. In simple way, for 100 the delta value was 0.6, for 110 the delta value should be different, right? Delta value would be what? 100, it says to 0.65, so it increased. So you have to keep that much. 0.65 into minus 2000, that gives us extra 100 share, that is 300 share. You have to buy more 100 share in order to keep the risk neutral, delta neutral portfolio, and that is called dynamic hedging. And dynamic hedging is buying and selling of uh, no, buying and selling of posi- hedging with respect to time in simple way. Buying and selling, constant buying and selling with respect to change in stock price. That is dynamic hedging. And the delta of European core can be found as CDF of D1, where D1 SO log of SO minus K of S, I guess, plus half mu sigma T upon sigma T. The Brax course formula. I don't know. Am I right? Let me check. Most probably I am right. Okay, log of SO upon K plus R. Yes, here it is plus R plus square upon 2, and that is T upon sigma root T, and D2 go to D1 minus sigma root T. So delta value is CDF of D1, right? Yeah, I was. Okay. And for put, delta value is ND1 minus 1. And that's the simple formula. You can see the chart here. Let me show you. Okay. So variation of stock delta with stock price. Let's say strike price is at 50, right? The delta become positive when the stock for a core option when the strike price is big, right? Big. It means we have to sell our, if delta is positive. Let me, so if delta equal to positive, that means we have to sell our underlying our position. And if delta equal to negative, here you can say it can go negative. See the option B. See the option B. If it is going negative, then we have to sell. Delta would be negative. That means we have to sell it. Sorry, we have to buy the position, and delta is negative because the cost. Let's say the cost will increase. That's why it is negative. And we have to buy it. You have to remember it is inverse. If it is positive, that means we have to sell it. If it is negative, then we have to buy it. Okay. And you can see the delta value, change of delta value. If it is intermoney, that is intermoney, k equal to 40, the delta value remain positive. At the money, the delta value is also constant between 0.6 only. And out of money, the delta value increased from 0 to 0 to, as the maturity increased, 0 to 0.4. Yeah, that's simple. It is simple. Mm. And the dynamic hedging, you can, I have to show this also. It will be simple. So let's see. The stock price is at 49 today. The delta value for 49 stock is 0.5. To that mean we have, it is positive. I mean we have 0.522 of stock. Okay. And today stock price is at 52. the cost of maintaining delta is 2550. Okay, and the total cost, cumulative cost, is the cost after buying and selling, and the interest on cost is on 2.5 at that moment. So let's say if the price decrease, the delta is also decrease. That means we have to sell share purchased. So we have to sell 0.400 of stock. So our income would be this much, and the communicative cost would decrease because we have a positive cash flow. That's why the cost increased, and the cost of interest doesn't matter. So you can say that we are, by week on week basis, we are hedging our portfolio. That is dynamic hedging. Let's say and our price gone down to 47, then the delta value also decreased. That means we have to sell some stock. The amount of share stock is 5,800. We sell it, so, and we increase received some cash flow, and our total cost also decreased. And in this way we do dynamic hedging. And yeah, in simple way, you have to understand what is the relationship of delta and where to sell, and what to, if delta is positive, you sell it, you have positive cash flow, and if delta is negative, you buy it, you have a negative cash flow. mm, that's how you remember it, and it is better than stop loss strategy. You can see that we have, at last of 20 week, our delta is 0, and we have hedged our position. Okay, so we just seen the delta value, how to find the of a single core value. Let's say we have a portfolio. So how to find delta of it? So let's say portfolio is pi, and rho pi by rho cells equal to delta of portfolio, right? But we don't have a, so the simple thing is how to find the delta is delta equal to summation of n equal to I equal to n, I equal to 1 till n, and it is wi and delta I. Delta is the delta value of each derivative in portfolio, in derivative of portfolio, and wi is the weight of the portfolio, weight that is there in the portfolio. Or in this way we can find the delta of thing. So here there is an example, right? Let me find it. Here there is an example, right? A wrong position in 100,000 call with delta value this, a short position in 2,000 call with delta value this, a short position in call with delta value this. So the final value is the weight. This is the weight of the portfolio into the delta value of each, and that is minus 4900. That means to buy 14,900 stock, and that is, and the transaction cost. Okay, so if portfolio is small and consists of very few derivative, the transaction cost is a issue. We have to hedge according to the transaction cost because the transaction cost is increased. But on the other hand, if the portfolio is big, is large, consists of so many stocks and within a large amount, then the transaction cost is not so much, and it can be absorbed by bid ask spread or a profit from our hedge. So that's the thing to remember. And now we see theta. theta theta is change, rate of change of option price with respect to time. That is rho c and with rho t with respect to time, and that is the it is also called as a time decay because the theta value is always negative. Most of time it is negative because as the time to maturity increase, the value of the price of a derivative or a portfolio decreases. Let's say call option, as a maturity increase, the price also decrease. So there is a decaying factor. That's why most of time the theta is negative. And the formula to find the theta is where theta equal to minus SO. SO is the stock price, and C. N D1 is CDF, and N dash D1 is PDF, probability density function. Okay, and D1 that is sigma upon 2 to T and minus R K R T and D2. Okay, and yeah, and put formula core is minus SO and D1, probably PDF of D1 upon 2 root T plus K R K P minus RT and minus D2. And in this way you can find the theta value, and in theta the theta is generally in years. So to find theta value of daily, we divide theta with 365 or trading day 262. Okay, for a whole year, for per day, or for trading day 252. Sorry. And in this way the theta was, I told you the theta value is generally negative because of uh, decaying factor. And yes, let me show you the plot. Okay, so you can observe that most of it theta is in negative, and at the money the theta is largest, k 50. At the k the theta value is largest, and if it is out of money going out, if it is going into money, the theta value become very small and it decay. Okay, and yeah, that's the theta value. And you can see the same similar observation, the at the money theta is always bigger, and inter money theta is small, k equal to 40, and out of money is also small. Yeah. now let's now we will see gamma, our third Greek. Gamma is rate of change of delta with respect to asset price, stock price. And in simple way, it is second order derivatives of portfolio. Gamma equal to rho, second order derivative of portfolio with respect to stock price. Just how simple it is. If the gamma value is small, that means the delta is changing slowly. If gamma is large, That means delta is changing faster. There is a large jump in portfolio. Okay, and gamma is highly negative or positive. The gamma can be positive and negative, and delta is very sensitive to underlying asset. Delta is very sensitive to underlying asset, and the gamma gives the value that how sensitive the delta is. And yeah, if let's say f is a stock price and it changed to s dash, and the option price also changed to s dash, but in real life it doesn't change to what we say s dash. In real life the cost can be also changed to second order of call price. So the change is there is slightly mismatch in the price of option, and that can be because of hedging. So here you can see this is called hedging error, and where the stock price and C price is changed with respect to dash, but the call price is changing with respect to second order, and we this is called the hedging error. So let me tell you, gamma hedging help us to neutralize this error. So because we are hedging it with respect to change of delta, and the delta is the change of asset price with change of call option price or derivative price with respect to asset price. Okay, and this is the formula. You can remember that the portfolio rate of change of portfolio is depend on delta t theta theta amount of with theta with delta t plus gamma delta s square, and this is derived from Black-Scholes differential equation. I will tell you how, and you can see that when gamma is positive the theta tend to be negative, and when the gamma is negative theta is positive, and it is has an inverse relation. Okay, I think I covered that. Anything to cover? What? Let's say making a portfolio gamma neutral. Portfolio gamma neutral. So how can we do that? How can we do that? So let's say the delta neutral portfolio have a gamma of gamma value of what we say tau. It is tau. I don't think it is tau. This gamma of gamma, and the traded option, all the option have a gamma of t, right? Gamma t. So the our portfolio total gamma would be weight of portfolio with gamma t plus gamma this, and this would rate to us minus gamma t, and to make our portfolio gamma neutral we have to so position we have to buy and sell to make our portfolio gamma neutral is minus gamma upon gamma t, and in this way we can neutralize make our gamma neutral portfolio for a short period of time. So here there is an example that the gamma value of portfolio is 3000, and for a delta and the gamma of traded option in a portfolio is 1.5 and 1.5, and to make a portfolio gamma neutral we have to just divide it, and it is minus 3000, and minus 3000, that would gives us 2000. That means we have to sell 2000 of a stock. And in this way we make the gamma notify, and you can see the change, rate of change. It is my, I mean, 439. You can see the relation between the portfolio and spot price, and with delta neutral portfolio and with slightly positive gamma, it is have some slightly parabolic effect with wrong, let's say, convex. It is like concave, right? And this is very convex. You can see that as a gamma, there is a large positive gamma, the curvature become more convex, and it is simple slightly negative, the convexity is flip. For this, the curvature shift to negative side, to infinity. And yeah, now which topic we should cover? Calculation of gamma. Okay, the gamma formula is gamma equal to n d1 upon so sigma t. And yeah, it's simple gamma formula, you have to remember this. Now let's see the relationship of gamma. The strike price is 15. It is a core option, for an option it is not disadvantage. So the gamma is positive maximum at the money option, and it is less at out the money of the option. Okay. You can see the same effect here. Gamma maximum for at the money, minimum for out the money and inter money. Okay. Now let's find the relationship between delta between delta, gamma, and theta. Theta, gamma, and delta. So for you can record BS differential equation, right? That is rho of portfolio with respect to time plus R upon S portfolio with respect to S plus half sigma square S square second order portfolio with respect to, and that equal to RH. Okay. Here you can see that this is also equal to F. For BS equation, the pi, instead of pi there is F, but you can write any variable. Let's say we are finding delta gamma of portfolio, and if you observe it, it is, this is theta, this is delta, and this is gamma. So if we rearrange it, theta plus rs delta plus half square s square gamma equal to r pi, and That's the differential equation you can find. That is 19.4. And if for a delta neutral portfolio where delta equal to 0, our final equation would be theta plus this value is equal to 0 because of delta equal to 0 plus half square sigma square h square rho equal to RH R pi. That is the relations we shown earlier. Now let's see Vega. Vega is rate of change, rate of change in price of derivative with respect to with respect to volatility, and that is mu equal to rho f upon rho partial derivative of f partial derivative of sigma, that is Vega. So unlike gamma, right, gamma, Vega is 0 if we are in underlying asset. So the Vega doesn't change with respect to underlying asset. It changes with some non-linear derivative, non-linear product on asset like option. So if we have to hedge position with respect to Vega, we have to buy a option, call or put, and it it is like a it is like hedging like with respect to gamma, where if like let's say like gamma portfolio, V is the Vega of portfolio and Vt is a Vega of each derivative, then the amount of product we have to buy is negative, like gamma negative Vega upon Vega T. And if portfolio is gamma neutral, if portfolio gamma value is 0, it doesn't mean that Vega is also 0. You have to remember that it doesn't mean the Vega is 0. And the Vega formula is given by V equal to SO root of D and PDF of N with respect to D1. And in this way, you can find the Vega of European stock option, core output option with BS formula. And Vega value is maximum at the money and minimum at intermoney, like, or minimum out of money, minimum for out of money, right? Vega naturally. And short dated option changed more, that's why it have more Vega. And wrong dated option have few change, so less Vega. You have to remember that. Let's go to other Greeks, that is rho, rate of change of derivative price with respect to interest rate, that is rho f upon rho r. And it's simple with range of, and its formula is rho core equal to kt e minus rt and d2, and rho put equal to minus kt e minus rt and minus d2. Yeah, it's simple. Let's say we talk about America, European option. So what about American? So it is hard to find the Greeks of American because there is a no cross form solution. uh, we have BS for European, but there is no closed form solution, so we cannot find the dynamics of option price. So there is another method that is called shock binomial method. The thing is, let's say we find the binomial tree of any process, let's say, and its value is 50 and 48, and now it was 47. Oh, sorry. Ah, let's say. So we will make another binomial tree with slight change, like 0.01% of change in stock price, and so we have a two binomial tree and two binomial option price for each binomial tree. So we will use some differentiation method or finite differential method to find the derivative. So it is like ft plus 1 minus ft minus 1 upon the finite differential method. So we can use it to find the rate of change of derivative, and in this way you can approximate for American option. And now, so to find zero gamma and zero vega portfolio, it is not so easy. And in industry rebalancing is done very frequently in order to maintain all Greeks to zero. Okay. And yeah, economy feasible because trading cost per option hedge are high. So portfolio, if the portfolio is large, the trading cost is low, hedging cost is low. If it is less, the is more. Let's talk about scenario analysis. So scenario analysis is, you can understand like a scenario or a simulation where we keep one parameter fixed and change the other parameter, and we find the rate of change of option, or how the option change in different scenario, right? Like if scenario where implied volatility is 20, 30, 40, 50, how the prices change, and interest rate is 0 0.5, 0 0.8. You can, it is, it help us to analyze the how derivatives works, and to in risk management it is more used in risk management. For example, you can see here scenario analysis, profit and loss realized under different scenarios in millions. If exchange rate, it is currency, if exchange rate is minus 0.6 to plus 0.6, how it change. See, at start it, we have a profit of 102, and if it's more at positive 0.6, we have a loss of 80, and implied volatility of 2% change, right? Minus 2%, 0, and 2% change. You can see how the scenario analysis, it help us to make hedging strategies, and how, and help us in risk management. Let's talk about extension of formula. So some index also give a dividend yield. So to price the index trader option, we have slightly changed, right? Let's say the Q is the dividend yield on index. So the row is row for currency, interest rate product is RF. RF is the foreign interest rate, just little bit change. And let's say delta of forward, and another table is this. If there is a dividend yield, you can understand Q as a dividend yield, delta value how it's changed. You can see the formula. Instead of R, there is Q, and there is a discounting. We discount it, right? And here also we discount the dividend. Yeah. Forward contract. Okay. The row of forward contract is where Q equal to R. Row of forward contract is minus CT and minus PT, European futures. Okay, and we discussed row of foreign rate, right? And now let's see delta of forward contract. So forward contract value is given by this formula. So our delta is the discounting factor. Okay, the forward contract delta is just the discounting factor, because you can see that in book SO is the value of forward contract, and delta is always remain the same for a value of forward contract, and therefore the delta of a forward contract is always 1. This means that if we are wrong on contract on one share, we can hedge our position with short forward contract, and one share wrong in one share, we can short the forward contract. And for a dividend, this is the delta. And for futures, it is easy, it is dot ert, so dot ert. And for a dividend paying forward contract, it is minus qt. And you can hedge your position with forward contract by just this formula, where T is the forward maturity, A is a required position for asset for delta hedging, and alternative required position of future contracts. So how many future contract you have to buy for delta hedging? So if underlying non-dividend paying stock, then HF equal to E minus RT HA. And if it is dividend, then this formula is used. And if there is a currency option and foreign rate, risk-free rate is this, and the formula is this. It is easy to portfolio insurance. Let's see portfolio insurance. The thing is, you you can create synthetic option or synthetic put and call in order to insure your portfolio. Sometimes the value of the strike price of a put price is not required, as is not right to hedge our portion completely. So we can create our put option by forward contract or a wrong call on one short option, and with many trading strategies synthetically, in order to in order to make our portfolio or create an insurance or hedge our portfolio. So you can see that for a European put, you can delta for European put for a portfolio is this, and where D1 is this, and the fund manager ensure that at any time the delta value remain to this. And in this way, by selling the put option, the delta of put option is given by equation. And yeah, by selling the stock, you can identify, you can synthetically create the options. And anything important here? Okay, no impact of volatility. How the volatility change, right? If let's say the अरे क्या वाला volatility change if there is a new information in market, right? Information in market. So let's say the selling of stock decrease the stock price, and its effect is direct, because we sell the stock. Demand is low, that's why. And selling of option doesn't have index, futures have doesn't have direct effect, but index, if the selling of index futures is more, the future price decrease, and that decrease the stock price. And in this way the volatility affect the portfolio, synthetic portfolio we make. And it's if the index, if the future rate is more, there is arbitrage strategy, arbitrage in the market, and that leads to recent stock price. And application of machine learning in finance, application in merging, in hedging. So ML, so nowadays ML algorithm are used for like reinforcement learning to hedge it according to it. Reinforcement learning is like there is a condition, reward system, reward and punish system. The reward is to maximize the profit, and punish system is the profit is negative, change the trading strategy. So the in machine learning there is a x, the all the features, input feature, there is a prediction what we have, and a y hat, that is a prediction. So we have to maximize, minimize this error, minimize the error, and our goal is to minimize this error. And this is the all basic use in hedging. And there is major use of machine learning in finance, and we will cover it later how it is used. And yeah, this was pretty summary of our chapter. I hope you liked this video. It was a little bit long video to make, and thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.